Listen carefully, because this might be the most honest thing you will hear today. I am 92 years old. I have buried my wife. I have buried my friends. I have even buried the people who once called themselves my enemies. And somewhere along the way, I also buried the version of myself that cared too much about what people thought. Right now, I'm standing at the edge of life. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff. You can see the bottom clearly. The end is no longer a mystery. And before I take that final step, I feel the need to turn around and shout something back to the people still walking behind me. Because the truth is painful. Most of you are living a lie. You walk around every day believing you have time. You treat your days like they're cheap. Like your life comes with an unlimited supply. But I'm here to tell you something that took me decades to understand. Your account is running out. Every single one of us will die. You know this in theory, but you don't feel it. If you truly felt the weight of it, you would not be living the way you are right now. And to explain what I mean, I need to tell you about a man named Daniel. It was 1968. Daniel Carter was my best friend. He was smarter than me, more charming than me, and far more successful than me. Daniel was the kind of man who always seemed 10 steps ahead of everyone else. One night we were celebrating at a small bar after he had closed a huge business deal. He leaned back in his chair, lit a cigar, smiled confidently, and said something I will never forget. He said, "Michael, 5 more years. That's my plan." He told me he would grind for 5 more years, make enough money, and then finally start living. He would take his wife Sophia to Italy. He would learn painting. He would slow down and enjoy life. He had everything mapped out. Every step. Every year. Every detail. But 3 days later, Daniel walked out of his office building, grabbed his chest, collapsed on the sidewalk, and died before the ambulance even arrived. A massive heart attack. He was only 42 years old. He never went to Italy. He never painted a single painting. And as I stood there looking at his coffin, I realized something terrifying. The tragedy wasn't that Daniel died. We all die. The tragedy was that Daniel spent his entire life waiting to live. 1 week after Daniel's funeral, I went to his office to help clear his desk. His calendar was packed with meetings for the next 6 months. His email inbox was overflowing with urgent messages. But something strange happened. The world didn't stop. Within 2 weeks, the company hired someone new to replace him. Within a year, most of his clients had forgotten his name. And today, almost no one remembers him at all. Now when I look at younger people today, I see the same story repeating. You tell yourselves things like, "I'll be happy when I get promoted. I'll travel when I have more money. I'll enjoy life when things slow down." Let me tell you the brutal truth. There is no later. There is only now. And if you keep trading your present for a future that is not guaranteed, you are making the worst gamble in history. But the lie doesn't stop there. Your generation is obsessed with things. Buying things. Collecting things. Showing off things. You buy things you don't need, with money you don't have, to impress people you don't even like. I used to do the same. I once owned a huge house. Luxury cars. Expensive toys. Now I live in a small room with a bed, a chair, and a picture of my wife. And I can tell you with absolute certainty, almost everything I spent my life chasing was meaningless. I have attended many funerals in my lifetime. But I have never once seen a moving truck following the hearse. You cannot take your possessions with you. One day, strangers will come into your house and throw most of your precious belongings into the trash. The rest will be sold for a few dollars at a garage sale. That is the final destination of your material success. Future garbage. In 1979 something happened that I once believed was the greatest moment of my life. I won Business Leader of the Year in my city. There was a huge ceremony. People clapped. They praised me. For a moment, I felt unstoppable. Like I had won the game of life. Later that night I came home holding the trophy. The house was dark. My wife Margaret was asleep. My children were asleep. I sat alone at the kitchen table staring at that shiny piece of glass. And suddenly, the applause disappeared. The room was silent. That's when it hit me. The people who applauded me that night didn't actually care about me. They cared about what I could do for them. Meanwhile, the people upstairs, the ones who truly loved me, I had ignored them for months chasing that award. I missed my son's football games. I missed anniversaries. I missed birthdays. And for what? That trophy is probably sitting in a dusty box somewhere now. But the memory of my wife's disappointed face when I told her I couldn't come home for dinner. That memory never left me. Careers feel important. But they are only transactions. You trade hours of your life, for money. Hours you will never get back. And if you died today, your job opening would be posted online before your obituary was printed. So if money fades, careers replace you, and possessions turn into trash, what actually matters? After 92 years, I can give you the answer. The only things you truly keep are the things you give away. Love, time, kindness, connection. When I sit here remembering my life, I don't think about business deals. I remember Sunday mornings with my wife. I remember my daughter laughing when she was 3 years old. I remember helping a stranger push his car out of the snow. Those are the real treasures. So let me give you 3 final pieces of advice. First, kill your ego. You are afraid of being judged. Afraid of looking foolish. But here's the truth. Nobody is watching you. Everyone is too busy worrying about themselves. Second, treat moments like they might be the last. One day you will hug your parents for the final time. One day you will laugh with your friends for the last time. One day you will drink your favorite coffee for the last time. You don't know when that moment will come. So don't rush through life. Taste the coffee. Hold the hug longer. Say the words you're afraid to say. Third, wake up. You have youth. You have health. You have time. And yet many people waste it staring at a screen. Go outside. Feel the wind. Look at the sky. Call your parents. Forgive people. Because the clock is always ticking. We are all going to die. That is the only promise life makes. But most people never truly live. They stay comfortable. They stay safe. And then they simply disappear. Don't live like Daniel. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the trip. Eat the good food. Tell people you love them. Because one day, the clock will stop. And the only question that will matter is this. Did you truly live? Or did you only wait? Now go. Live your life.